But there's been a bunch of times along the road where I thought about doing this because I really like the community aspect of Twitch. I like games. Obviously, I'm always talking about games, and so yeah, I'm glad that I finally got some help from Logical Solutions. Big shout out to him for helping me set up all this stuff. It's I'm sure once I get the hang of it, it won't be as complicated. I'll know what I'm doing. But he was super helpful. How is the audio? I want to make sure before I get started with anything relevant that you can hear me okay, and nothing's sounding awful. Good, good, good. Muted. Okay, definitely muted. Slight hiss. Okay. Oh, static. I don't know that I can. Well, there's nothing I can do about it, so just deal with it. So yeah, been wanting to do this for a long time. I'm excited to finally be doing it, and I think we're gonna have some fun. So, where to begin with this little story? Because I have been wanting to. I don't know how many times I've like practiced like sort of telling this story and how this started and everything. I guess I'll start with going to prison, right? Right before, like the months leading up to me going to prison, when I had, when I knew I was going, and I knew when I was going, I just didn't really care anymore about like what I was eating and when I was eating it. And I figured like when I got to prison, I was like, we'll go on a diet in prison, we'll lose a bunch of weight. But in the meantime, I'm going to eat whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to eat cakes and pasta and like I'm going to eat good stuff. And so I was cooking like filet mignon and lobster and stuff. And every pound that I gained there was just intentional. I think I got up to about 220, something like that. And it wasn't that awful. I was definitely overweight. I didn't like it. But when I got to prison, I went on this like awful diet. I averaged 500 calories a day. And me and my buddy Snow, my homie Snow from the Texas people. God, I wish I could remember the name of the street gang that man was in. Probably best I don't. But he and I would get out and we'd jog every day. And I cut like 95% of that weight back off. And I was just in this, but I was still in awful shape because I'd starved myself and I had just been doing cardio. And I was like, I think I came out of prison at like 201 pounds or something like that, like right on the verge of 200. And there's that awful picture of me that that Kitty took where I'm just like, I haven't shaved in 2 months and I just look awful, but I'm the happiest I may have ever been because I just finally got out of fucking prison. But yeah, I'm about 200 pounds there. And when I got out, I came on the show, you know, PKA, for those of you who don't know about it. And I was just like, hey, yeah, when I was in there, I lost a bunch of weight. I lost whatever it was 20, 25 pounds or something like that. And I saw somebody, and that may have been the last time I ever read feedback because somebody was like, bullshit, he's lying. He didn't lose any weight. And I was like, but I did. What? I mean, it's kind of hard to take progress pictures in prison. So it was just like, I have no proof. You know, I have no proof. But like every day in prison, I was like weighing myself. Like Snow was pumping me up. He's like, you can do it, Holmes. You getting skinny, yo. Gonna have to get you a different size jumpsuit. And so, you know, when like I got no positive feedback over that, it was a little frustrating. And I'm bad with the dates on the early part. I got everything else documented, but at some point I looked and I had been following More Plates, More Dates, Derek over there on YouTube. And obviously I had watched a bunch of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And there's the episode where, well, the whole season where Mac gains like 50, 60 pounds. And then between seasons, he like just got in incredible shape. I guess you call it the Fat Mac. That's what I've been calling it. I've been calling this whole thing the Fat Mac. And I watched Derek's video. I think it came out in March of last year, where he talked about how he thought Rob McClaney did that body transformation. And I was like inspired. I was like, that is the funniest fucking joke of all time. And so I set out to do it at that point. I told a handful of people. I told Taylor, my buddy Taylor. He is one of the very few people on the earth that I share this information with. I told a couple of other people that are like really close friends, but mostly just Taylor. and a couple others. And I had already looked into TRT like the previous year. And so I had like pretty current blood work, you know, just a couple month old blood work. And so, and this is the part that Derek doesn't even know. I didn't tell Derek this because I was afraid what I had done was like super unhealthy. But between like March, April, May of last year, for like 2 months last year, yeah, between like from March to April and then all the way through May, I started gaining weight again on purpose. I started eating Five Guys burgers and fries twice a fucking day, every fucking day. And it was the most fun I've ever had in my life. And I gained like 2 pounds a week or something like that for months. And I got up to, I think my highest was around 200. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the raid, Mr. Taylor. I think my highest, was around 235, 240, something like that. And I was going to go higher. And it's bullshit because I wanted to hit 250. But, and this is pre-pandemic. But we heard that we were like, oh, yeah, we're going to do an in-person PKA in the fall. And I was like, shit. But my plans won't have come to fruition by then. And I was like, all right, we got to put things into warp drive. And so that's when I first contacted Derek. Actually, let me rewind a little bit. When I heard that, I was like, all right, time to pull back the reins and go on a diet. And so I was, like I said, about 240, I would say. I think that's right about where I was. And then I went on like crazy starvation diet, including like lots of fasting and lots of cardio. And I dropped like 20 pounds in a month or something like that. But once again, it's like when you lose weight like that, you just look like shit. And you're weak. It's like that skinny fat thing where you've got like no muscle tone.